What up, y'all? My name is Tasha, and I am doing a tarot reading today. This reading is for the week ahead. It is a timeless tarot reading, so trust that whenever you come across it, it is finding you at the right time. Take what resonates and leave what does not. This will not be a pick a card reading. This is just a reading for the collective that is meant to come across this video. Trust in that the message that will come through will do so for the highest and best good of all. What is in store for this collective in the week ahead? And the correct time that they happen to come across this video. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Swords. There's a new idea coming in and something in the mental realm. You'll have new thoughts that are starting. Justice. So balance will need to come into play. There could be a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy, or that could be you. The need to balance your finances and balance relationships. Look at how you are spending time, money, and energy, and ask yourself if it is in alignment or if it is in the shadow side and you're feeling depleted. It did come up in the upright position. And we also have the Nine of Pentacles. So starting off, that there is a sense of like financial fulfillment and having your needs met. The Nine of Pentacles is like reaping the rewards of your work and coming with this feeling of satisfaction. And you can see here that it's a pretty happy image. She's got a bird. Yeah, it's like a pigeon or a bird on the top of her pentacles. You know, like some of them are hanging, some of them are still in the pot. So the pentacles represent earth, represents coins, money, and also with the Ace of Swords. So you've got new ideas coming in around money with the need for justice and balance. So there could also be some sort of legal situation that requires your attention. Maybe, you know, there's something that you need a lawyer, or you need to look into a situation and ask yourself, is this actually just, or is this something that needs to go to court, and what actions do I need to take to ensure that I'm protecting myself and also making sure that I'm not being taken advantage of and that I enact my own rights to participate in the justice system. Especially with the Ace of Swords, because this also talks about like truth and having new ideas. So maybe something related to that justice could have been blocking you for a while, but in the next week there might be a new idea coming through relating to that could also lead to having more financial security and fulfillment, depending on the person. Remember, it's a general reading. Oops. What else for this collective? Cards are just jumping out right now, okay? So there's a lot that wants to come out. Interesting. So we have the Ten of Pentacles. Comes right after the Nine of Pentacles. This is like the, all needs are met, happy family, lineage. We've got kids running around. Like there's a sense of, family, the dog, all of the needs are met. All the bills are paid. You're celebrating, you're having a good time. Kind of giving like family gathering vibes. There could be family reaching out, or someone with children reaching out or connecting with children in your life, and making sure to enjoy where you've gotten and being able to enjoy that time. We've also got the Ten of Cups coming up in the reverse and the Four of Cups in the reverse. So Ten of Cups, this card speaks of emotional fulfillment and satisfaction, but with it being in the reverse, it could be that perhaps you're having a material blessings, but maybe your emotions are not quite there, or some emotions about the situation are off, and trying to come into balance in the situation to enjoy the Ten of Cups as well. Emotional fulfillment. This card also speaks of like big happy family. It's a really joyous card, and 10 and 10 are both the completion of a cycle. So you have a completion of a cycle that comes with water, the emotions, as well as earth and the finances and stability. It could be reaching some sort of promotion or higher level in a career, moving into a more secure house or moving into the next step of a relationship. And with the Four of Cups being in reverse, this card often speaks of lack and sort of like this feeling of having, these empty cups, here on the side, and then the universe is handing you another cup, but you don't really see it yet. And with it being in a reverse position, this could mean that, even with the other emotional card being in the reverse, like there could be a resistance to feeling your emotions. And maybe by not letting yourself feel how you're feeling and letting it move through you with your emotions, then you're blocking yourself from feeling the contentment and fulfillment of the Ten of Cups, because you're holding on to something, in this Four of Cups energy, that really the only person who can let yourself release it is you. And if you do, and you shift your gaze, then you can see that there's this other cup that's full, that's waiting for you. So I think that there could be an opportunity coming in this week to reflect on your emotions and try not to suppress them, making sure that you have a healthy outlet, or if you need to be alone to feel your emotions, journaling, spending time around water, having a bath, going to the pool, or even going to a natural body of water can help to connect to those feelings. Okay, so we've got the Six of Cups and the Two of Cups in reverse. So there's a lot of emotions here. The Six of Cups, this card speaks of nostalgia and thinking of things fondly of the past. So maybe there could be something relating to the past emotionally that you're having a hard time letting go of, and focusing on this sad thing from the past could be stopping you from recognizing the beautiful, abundant time that you still have around you to spend with the people who are here. And it's important to honor those feelings from the past too, but it's also important to remember not to unpack and stay there, because you're here now and those feelings are still real and the situations happen, but maybe it's just a call to reflect, and maybe doing some sort of ceremony to help yourself, even just a meditation, a walk, or journaling about your feelings. Taking some time to listen even to a guided meditation, depending on what it is that you're going through. You could just search something up on YouTube, like a specific guided meditation to help you maybe with an emotional release. But then with the Two of Cups in reverse, it's there's a potential for a love connection here. This card really speaks of union and emotional joining and intimacy. And with it in the reverse too, it's perhaps you're blocking yourself from connecting emotionally with somebody because something from the past could be holding you back. And maybe the universe is trying to say, if you are able to pay attention this week, there could be an unexpected offering coming your way, or an opportunity to open your heart to connection. Interesting. What else, Spirit? What else for this collective? Getting a lot of emotions in this reading. It's coming in for the week ahead. Okay. Okay, so we've also got some air energy. Two of Swords. So there's a decision that needs to be made. There is a mental thing that you're going back and forth on that feels like a decision. It needs to be made, and you're basically in a stalemate right now. So you're not going one way or the other, and it's keeping you stuck. And it feels as though it could be a lose-lose situation. However, if you don't make a decision, then you won't be able to make progress. So even if it is a lose-lose, if you do it, then it's done, and then you can keep going. So essentially, also, a lot of it could just be taking place in the mind, and we've also got the Page of Swords. So there could be a fresh energy, a youthful energy relating to your ideas, new concepts, new like ways of approaching things coming in. We've got a youthful energy, and also studying. Like, she's got a book, she's reading, she's not really too worried about this tightrope that she's walking on. So that air energy too, of being light and intellectual, taking the time to read something. You might come across something in a book or a magazine or some kind of like hard copy print that you read and it resonates with you. And trying to take time as well off of phones and devices to engage with written materials and the value in books. And we've also got the Devil. So this card speaks of temptation and the illusions that hold us back. So we've got him here depicted with the person who's like on this sort of puppeteer strings, and it's like, you know, the devil's got a hold on people through addictions and, you know, the earthly pleasures essentially. So it's a call to check in with yourself and ask yourself if you're indulging maybe too much or in hedonistic tendencies, or maybe not enough, because sometimes too the Devil card asks us to play and to have fun and to explore and push the edges and the boundaries a little bit, but you have to remember not to overdo it, and you need to have balance at the end of the day so that you are not feeling like this trapped person who is, you know, struggling mentally due to, you know, external pressures and things that, you know, there has to be the balance and the justice. So that's what I feel like from the tarot cards for this collective reading. I am going to grab some cards from the Spellcasting Oracle to add to your reading. Okay, so building on the messages from the tarot, we're now going to check in with the Spellcasting Oracle for this group in the week ahead. What messages are wanting to come through for the collective for the highest and best good from the Spellcasting Oracle deck? So, thank you, Spirit. We have Willpower. This is just a beautiful card. Your willpower, your solar plexus chakra. Clarity. Okay, so building off of that Two of Swords, mental clarity, taking the time to reflect and being with yourself, psychic abilities. So definitely a focus on the third eye chakra, the mind, intellectual energy, the color blue. Wearing blue can also help you to connect with this chakra, and meditating can also help you to connect with psychic abilities. We've got inspiration. Okay, yes. So again, like taking the time to go for a walk, reading a book, talking with your friends, talking with your family, engaging with the people around you in a positive attitude so that you can be inspired by the people around you. Like, inspiration can come, you know, sometimes in as small as a leaf that you see when you're walking around. You're like, oh my God, that's such a beautiful leaf. And sometimes it comes from someone saying something, and they might not even realize that what they're saying is the code that you needed to hear. And it's that little key where the light bulb goes off and you're like, oh my God, I'm inspired. I need to take action. So there could be something coming in this week. And talent. So focusing in on your talents. You could be a dancer, you could draw, you could read tarot cards, you could be a writer, you could be a speaker. Whatever your talent is, spending some time on your talent this week will help you to get out of the mind and into the body so that you can assess the situation, especially with the Two of Swords, from a grounded perspective to gain clarity that, you know, there is still a way forward, and maybe not even trying to think of it as like the right or wrong way. It's just that there happens to be two different directions that you could take. And when you meditate and slow down and listen to your inner guidance and ask yourself, what is the next best step that I need to take, and sit quietly until you feel like you know what you need to do. Like, you know, some people can use a pendulum, some people can flip a coin in the air, and they say that when the coin is in the air, you already know your answer because you know which one you're hoping that it'll land on. And I like that. I really like that one, honestly. Like, especially as a Libra, personally, like, you know, making decisions can be a little bit challenging sometimes, but if you give yourself a moment to slow down and listen to yourself, you'll remember that you already know. And there is a quiet voice inside that, when you're not being too overly influenced by outside energies, outside people, outside media, you can listen to the voice inside that is always there and that is always guiding you. Okay? I'm going to finish this reading with some affirmations from the Super Attractor deck. My name is Tasha. This is my YouTube channel. If you like my reading, if you like my energy, then please subscribe, like, comment down below what resonates for you so that I can keep doing readings. And feel free to reach out too if you have any questions. I am only posting my readings to my YouTube and my Instagram. Let's get the last couple messages here for you, for this collective. On my way into faith, I feel my way into faith one step at a time. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. Beautiful. You don't have to figure it all out right now. You don't have to be 5 steps ahead. You can go one step at a time, and that's the only way you're going to get there. Each time I choose to tune into spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. That's what I'm saying. I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. Yes, you gotta focus and acknowledge all of the beauty, love, joy, and amazing, wonderful, reciprocal relationships that are already around you so that the vibration of that gratitude can resonate in your being and tells the universe that you appreciate it and you're thankful for it. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. Okay. And coming back to the third eye. So there could be a dream coming to you this week that will be significant. Maybe you have a dream journal, maybe just making a note of it. That is your reading. Whoops. That is your reading for this wonderful collective. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.